Oh, I remember that. I get to the car, I hit the alarm, it don't unlock. I know I locked my car. I open the door, but the popcorn spill out.
Boom! I remember this.
How?
And it had butter on it. You was hot.
Bro,
I
they
remember.
don't do that, but I've never
Range
heard.
Rover, white interior.
Oh, damn.
All right, so welcome to the platform. We have a very, very special guest with us today. NBA All-Star, first pick of the NBA draft, Mr. Kenyon Martin himself. What's up, man? How you doing?
What up, gentlemen? Thanks for having me on, man.
Kmart in the building on MJ Mondays.
Let's go.
Let's get to it.
All right, so Kmart, man, you have a very, very unique situation because I don't think this is ever going to happen again. You were a four-year player at Cincinnati, and you got drafted as the first pick of the NBA draft. Can you just talk about that? Because I don't think we're ever going to see that again. We're in a time where now everyone feels like you got to come out early, you know? Like for you to do that is kind of like remarkable because probably won't see that again.
To be in that situation, which I needed 4 years. But if somebody would have told me at 18 that I have to go now, 19 I have to go now, I don't think I would have been ready. I needed 4 years at UC to get to the point to where I felt my game and everything could play at the highest level. But yeah, this hasn't been done. It's been 20 years now. You know, it's crazy.
It probably won't be done.
Yeah, it's crazy to say that it's been 20 years since I was the first pick, man. The last American college-born senior to go number one in the NBA draft, man. So that's a major accomplishment. Like when you think about that, that's unheard of. Yeah, and it's a lot of guys that put the time in for 4 years that's deserving of having those looks. But the culture we're in and the climate that we're in with the NBA that's the last thought, man.
How tough was it playing for Coach Huggins? You know, Huggy has this image, right? and Kenyon, your image on the court is nothing but toughness. So what was that like in practice, being with a tough coach, a tough player? Like, walk us what that looked like.
Yeah, no, I did it for 4 years, for 3 hours every day for 4 years. But when you bring a certain mentality to Bob Huggins' program, whether it was at Kansas State or West Virginia or Cincinnati, you bring a certain mentality that you're going to work hard every day and you're going to be coachable, then it's easy. You know, for guys that don't meet those criteria every day, it's hell. I witnessed, you know what I'm saying? I witnessed it. I witnessed him dog guys to the point where they quit. Me and him never had an issue because I showed up and worked hard every day. I was coachable. I listened. So that was part of it, man. But no, I've been a part of some running sessions, some of them on the line sessions that, hey man, like, dude, it'll test your love for the game. If you ain't all in, Bob Huggins will break you. You know, and I've seen him break. I've seen him break guys. You know, I was all in, so he wasn't gonna break me.
Well, that's funny. That's funny because every time I played against a Bob Huggins team, those attributes are what you would feel on the court. You know, they were going to rebound. Everybody was going to crash the boards. They were going to play hard. They were going to be physical. And I used to tease him. And some of the guys that I know that used to play for him, we used to call him Huggy Bear, because as you know, Huggy Bear is sort of like a quote unquote cute name, but he's anything but that. You know, he's everything but that. You know. A lot of intensity in Huggy Bear, man.
And it's 3 hours. Like, it's 3 hours. You know, like, we practice, like, rebounding drills. Like, I don't know if a lot of schools do it, but we practice getting opposite.
Like we used to call it the war drill.
The ball go up, you got to get opposite. And if the ball hit the ground, it's a problem.
Yeah. Right.
So just imagine, man, like, you got to keep guys off the glass, and then ain't no fouls in practice. Ain't no fouls, ain't no out of bounds.
Oh, y'all was
prison ball.
Y'all was getting to it.
Like, it's prison ball. Like, I tell people all the time, like, man, like, if you stop play during a Bob Huggins practice, like, you know, guys get hit in their face and you like this,
you might get laid out.
No, if you come up, your eyeball better be in your hand. If you didn't run back on D, your eyeball better be in your hand. So
that made the basketball games probably easy for y'all then. Y'all was out there just like, this is nothing.
Oh yeah, no, but it was nothing to go to these teams, man, because I guarantee wasn't nobody practicing the way we was practicing.
We was practicing like that at Cleveland State, Kmart. I'm gonna be honest with you. we did 4-on-4, 3-on-3 rebounding drills. The ball can't touch the ground. Defense for a 3-hour practice. We was playing defense for 2 hours. Like we did all that.
I mean, I was with you. I was with everything. I was with y'all all the way until the point of no out of bounds and no fouls. We didn't get that far. No fouls. We didn't get that far. We had everything else, but there was out of bounds. We
got that far because we wasn't going to out-talent nobody. We wasn't going to out-talent nobody, so we had to be tenacious and have that drive. So I can relate to you, Kmart.
So, he used to invite like former players that lived around the city. They used to come back and practice against us.
And Cincinnati got a lot of those. They got a lot of those.
And they used to take their day out on us.
Yeah. The streets of Cincinnati can make you want to do that.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's for sure.
That is accurate. Not a lot of people know that, Norris. Listen. Hey.
Yes, sir. hey, look, you see this Ohio my hey, I know all about it, baby.
Hey, listen, man. I tell people all the time, if you ain't never been to Cincinnati, have you on the swivel.
Right.
You hear it, you don't know it's small town. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kay, me and Norris always talk about this, during your time at Cincinnati. You guys have some swag too. You had the Jordan sponsor shoes. I'll never forget. Y'all had the Cincinnati Bearcat 13s, bro. I wanted those so bad, bro.
And the Bearcat uniforms with the stripes going down the sides. Our high school had that. As soon as y'all got it, our high school said we need the UC uniform.
Everybody around the country had that after we rocked the union.
Yes, sir.
Like my freshman year, we was Nike, but I was hearing rumors in my freshman year that we was gonna go to Jordan. I'm like, man, that ain't gonna happen. Ain't no way. So that summer, leaving my sophomore year, they came through. The rep came through and Hug set us down, and I was like, that's what we wearing next year? We finna get a lot of recruits. I look back at some of my college tapes, man, some of my shoe game, and I'm saying this when Mike was 96, 97, 98.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm freshman, sophomore, junior year. I'm saying like them were the years where some heat was coming out.
Yeah, the heat was coming out.
And we were up for us to be able to put that Cincinnati logo on it. Man, listen, dog. Nobody tell us nothing.
Swag.
And we ranked top 5, top 10 in the country every year. Come on, man.
Speaking of MJ, we're going to get straight to it, Kmart. Talk to me about MJ. Talk to me about the mentality, and then we're going to, after you get done talking about that, we're going to talk about the modern state of basketball. But talk to me about MJ.
His mentality is he's a straight up assassin. I didn't get the Jordan mic, but I got the Wizards mic, and he was probably wasn't as athletic, but the skill set, the shooting, the footwork, the brain, all that stuff was still there. So there's a game I got a back brace on. We guarding each other. I had a bad back leading up to the game. I'm gonna play anyway. So he guarded me on the other end. He filled the back brace. He right to it. Oh, what you got going on here? He asks for the ball every time down, though, because I'm guarding him on the other end.
Wow.
He asks for the ball every time.
Also, he wasn't taking it easy on you.
He's I'm about to exploit this.
Making me use my back as much as I can. Just his mentality. If he see an ailment or anything like that,
He using it,
man. So and then watching the documentary how he was, it's like, yeah, that's Mike.
So Ken, most people don't get an opportunity to play against Michael, and you were the number 1 overall pick. What was that moment like going into that game, knowing like I'm playing against Michael? Mm-hmm. What was that like? Were you like?
I was excited.
You was excited. Was you excited for the challenge? Were you a little bit like, man, I hope he don't get loose?
No. Me at the time, I was 24, maybe 25. So my mentality was, that's Mike, but
right.
I'm finna go after him. I want to guard him. because I looked at my defense as one of the better defensive players at the time, but so I wanted the challenge. But there's a few things in my career I never thought I'd get to do. Play against Michael Jordan and play with Jason Kidd.
Wow.
So both of those things happened, right? So we was winning in the East. When Mike came back, I think it was my second year. No, my third year. My third year in the league, they came back. And we was running through the East. So
That's
couldn't sell out at home. We couldn't sell out. People wouldn't come to the Meadowlands. They just wouldn't come. So Michael Jordan come back. The first game, the Wizards come back to the Meadowlands. Michael Jordan, we sell out.
Wow. The MJ effect.
We scored 74 at half.
Oh, jeez.
What?
He didn't play the second half.
Wow.
Say that one more time. Say
it one more time.
Say that so the viewers can hear that one more time.
We scored 74 points as a team at the half. He came out with ice on the second half. He didn't play.
Chalked it up, huh?
Yeah, we was up like 30, 35 at half.
He did his job. He sold tickets for the league that night.
Sold tickets for the league that night, and when it sat down, we were beating the brakes off of them.
But that team, Kenya, that y'all had was special, bro.
Yeah.
With you, Jason, Kittles, you look at Williams.
There we go, Chris.
But there's a second part to that story. We go down and play them later on in Washington that year.
Talk to me, Kmart. Talk to me.
And Mike had 40.
Talk to me, Kmart. I'm about to say, we need to get to the second half of that part, Kmart.
So he had 40. But hey, I ain't play that game. But but that don't take the fact that he still had 40. Like,
right.
It was all footwork, jump shots, like just using what he had, man. I was like, yeah, you don't have to be as athletic anymore. As long as you can score that thing, and he did, man. Like with the best of them.
Could you talk about the competitiveness of the league back then? Because MJ played in 3 different decades, and there's 3 different versions of MJ. You got the 80s, you got the 90s, and you obviously got the end, which you're referring to. Could you talk about the competitiveness of the league back when you were playing during MJ's exit to the league?
Just my first few years, man. Throughout my career mostly, but I realized like early on, like it meant something. Like these guys were scratching and clawing to hold on to their careers, So every day in practice, somebody was bringing it in the games because you had been seeing guys. They was bringing it. Like it wasn't a whole lot of interaction with guys off the court. In the off season and stuff like that, how it is now, everybody works out together. Everybody's friends. Somebody's godfather, they children, and like all that going on. There wasn't none of that going on really. Like people wanted to scout. Like they looked at rookies as rookies. They treated guys as such. Like you ain't done nothing in this league. You ain't coming here with all this hype. Like none of that was going on. You know how it is now, and you had to earn your stripes. Like guys, you had to earn their respect. You had to earn your stripes with the vets, and that's what's missing now. Guys come in with a lot of these accolades and all this hype coming from high school, and now they come into the league and ain't nobody to check them.
Yeah. And you know why, Kenya? That's a major issue, bro. Because there are like 20 vets that can play. Jamal Crawford, and I can name Corey Brewer. I can name a few. Norris Cole, you got a lot of – it's a long list of guys that are not in the league to format that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of the way, the money's top-heavy now or the way it's distributed, but that becomes an issue with the development of the younger guys too.
Well, listen, man, if you offer – just say if you're paying the 13, 14, 19-year-old, 20-year-old $5 million – you can't tell me a guy that's been around 6, 7, 8 years won't take that same money.
Oh, that's
Look at Norris. Look at Norris.
That's very true. But
them checks ain't bouncing. I'm saying them checks ain't bouncing, dog. So guys, if you give guys opportunity that's been around for a little while, they're gonna take it.
They are.
Even longer than that. Guys that's been around 12, 13, 14 years, whatever it is, it's the opportunity to keep playing. And there's no job in America that's gonna pay you that.
Nope.
Ain't no 401k in America that's gonna match that.
Nope.
At all.
So therefore, you give guys opportunity to do something that they love doing. And
absolutely,
like, you know, I preach this to KJ all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for guys nowadays that's in the league because they're not learning anything. They don't know nothing. They come in all this ability and they don't know how to play the game because they ain't nobody teaching them how to play the game.
Right.
And that's where vets come into play. That's where vets hold you accountable, pulling your card when you're on BS out there.
Absolutely.
You showing up late, they pulling your card. You ain't doing what you're supposed to profession, they pulling your card.
I think there's a misconception now, Kmart, man, where sometimes people feel like you have to be the best player to be a good vet. And I believe sometimes that's why some of the veteran type players don't get that opportunity other than like the contractual part that you mentioned. But I feel like sometimes they don't understand that you don't have to be the best player on the team to be the respected vet on the team. Because I know when I came up in the league as a rookie, Juwan Howard was my vet. Super vet. You know, UD was one of the vets on the team, you know, and so he was on his way out. But like Mike Miller played. I'm about to say he was like year 15 when I got in the league, and James Jones, you know, those were the guys that had been around. So my ability was there. You know, I was fast, I was tenacious, I could play. But like you said, learning the professionalism of the game, learning the different strategic maneuvers out there on the court that give you that advantage, and not just being wild and energetic and athletic, but moving with a purpose. Your learning curve is, I feel like it's quicker when you have those vets to be able to teach you.
Around them guys mostly, y'all on the bus together, y'all in the locker room, y'all on the plane, y'all in playing car, whatever y'all doing, y'all talking hoop, y'all talking through situations, y'all always engaged.
Absolutely.
Which nowadays these kids ain't engaged. Everybody, you go to the locker room, everybody probably on their phone.
Right.
On the plane, everybody on their phone, everybody Snapchatting, TikTok and Insta story and Snapchat, like just that's what it is nowadays. But
right.
I'm saying before we all sat in the locker room, I talked about your shoes, we talked about hoop, we talked about whose girls was doing this and but it all came back to hoop.
Absolutely.
It all came back to the game and who was doing what, who wasn't doing what, and we talked through situations. And now I just think that's missing, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that you look at a guy that's been around for 10 plus years that it's a detriment. It's a detriment to your locker room.
Right.
It's sad.
When you take a guy like Jason Kidd and you had an opportunity to play with Jay, how easy is playing with Jason Kidd? How easy does he make the game? Because it looked like he make the right play every time.
Man.
Yeah, no, he's a running, jumping guy's greatest dream.
That's a live threat, best friend.
Yeah, and he has no fear of turning the ball over. So, but for him, just his the way he approached the game on both sides of the ball. Like me and J Kidd never talked about it from day one. Like, we never talked about how we was gonna play. You know, but me growing up in Dallas and being drafted there, I was like, man, J Kidd, nice. Seeing him as win co-rookie of the year, him and Grant. You know, seeing it firsthand, then seeing him how he was in Phoenix, and then like I remember where I was when we heard the news that he got traded. I'm saying,
right.
I remember where I was at the Rucker that day. They like, man, Steph got traded. I'm like, for who? They like, man, Steph for J Kidd, straight up. Man, hey now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Steph, but Steph wasn't J Kidd.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't J Kidd. J Kidd is one of the what you call a point guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I was watching clips earlier, man. We got a steal or something. It was a block, and I was on one wing run. I was on the right, Kerry was on the left, and we got out the block so fast, man. And J Kidd, he makes the game. Like, he put the ball to where you ain't got to do nothing but shoot it, score it, dunk it, wherever you get the ball, he gonna put the ball in position for you to, to be successful. And he did that for me a lot. I'm saying, like, put the ball. All I got to do is just one move, one play. I ain't got to think about it. Just go hoop. You know what I'm saying? So he made the job. He made my job easy.
How vocal was he, like, in timeouts and stuff like that? Was he very a vocal guy? Because he seemed pretty quiet. Like,
he's quiet. He play by example. He lead by example.
Okay.
If he have to point some things out doing it, he will. But for the most part, he just lead by example, man. He play hard on both sides of the ball. He engaged. So you forced to play that way. And I was the same way. So it was like everybody else bought into that. You know, I was in my second year. I was in my second year when J Kidd came.
What do you think his
seasoned vet?
What do you think his value would be if he was playing nowadays? Because there's not a lot of guards that are like him nowadays. Most guards are more score heavy. You have a few assist, guys that, can do a little bit of both, but there's not many guys, triple threat guys like him. So what would be his value?
Honest to God truth, man. In this NBA?
Yeah. Wide open. He might average 15 assists a game, maybe.
He could do that, but J. Kidd probably struggled because he couldn't shoot coming in.
Right. He got better as he got older.
He got better as he got older.
He couldn't shoot. So it might be a struggle to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Because J. Kidd had no crazy handle. He wasn't Kyrie or Kimba or none of them guys. J. Kidd had no crazy handle. J. Kidd just run by you.
He was fast though. When he first came in the league, he was fast.
And it put his body on you and run by you. He was strong. He's 6'4". Put his body on you and run by you. And it wasn't no in and out cross, like none of that to get by you.
None of that. Right.
He was making one move by you, and that's what it was. I'm saying if he running at you, he had in and out cross, but that's downhill. Nothing in the half court. We boom, boom, boom. They don't get his thing off and then go make a play. He wasn't none of that. So in the running aspect of it, yeah, you'd be great. But in this NBA, like I told you the other day, Chris, I couldn't play in this NBA.
Right.
Like y'all in there shooting same hand, same leg.
Right.
I ain't got that.
Hey, Kmart. I never had that. Hey, listen. Don't
I put myself in the same boat with J. Kidd. I might not make it.
Both of y'all would have been just fine. Yeah. It's the only thing I think with J. Kidd's situation probably would have been he was have to find a coach that loved him for him. That's about it. Other than that, he would have got the same opportunity. He would have been great. Period.
Absolutely, and you as well.
You would have been, bro.
Because the pick and roll.
Yes,
the pick and roll with a shooter on the weak side, and you roll into the basket.
No other big out there.
Listen, I used to Clint Capella, man, just sit at home and just drool like he getting top dollar, man. Like I can do that. I can do that. Like right now. Like
right now.
Right now.
Today.
Give me 3 months to get in shape right now.
That's a fact, bro.
At 42, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man, I see the game and I just like, wow, it's evolved. But yeah, man, I think I could have played in this league. Just how I played the game, running, defending, being able to guard multiple positions. But I don't think my attitude would have let me.
Yeah, guys might have been a little bit fearful of you during this league. It's not a lot of. It's not a lot of high intensity guys, but you need that.
He would have been a good vet to have on teams because these kids need.
Absolutely. You'd have been like the UD factor in Miami.
Right.
He hold everybody accountable down there. You know what I mean? Young and new. And
my last year in Milwaukee was that way. I'm saying Giannis was young, Chris Middleton was young.
Yep.
That's how it was. Them guys really looked up to me, but I had to really put my foot down in certain situations.
Absolutely.
I'm saying so. No, I get it.
Yo,
go ahead, Jay.
I was going to ask you about the 2002 finals. Playing against Shaq and Kobe. During that time.
Yeah.
How was it? I know it was a dogfight in that because you guys had some guys to your team too: Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittles, you, Jason Kidd. Can you just talk about like on the court stuff that you like the battles that you used to have with the Lake Show?
Yeah, well, that's what you want to call it. Shaq averaged 35 and 15, man. Four games in the finals. There was like 35 and 15.
The diesel.
So Kobe was Kobe, but having to deal with Shaq in 2002. Good luck to anybody. Good luck to anybody. Saying.
Right.
Because we had a decision to make whether you was going to double team him or try to play him straight up.
Right.
And we didn't we had Ty McCullough, didn't have a chance.
Facts. But like even like fronting the post, some like what was the game plan?
He too
How
you
gonna
big,
front
bro.
him? How you gonna front him?
With the backside help. I'm saying if he
Yeah.
catches it, bro, it's a problem. If you going one on one.
Yeah, but ain't nobody in the. I mean, it ain't. Then you.
Kobe on the don't forget Rick Fox and Kobe on the other side. So if you front with the help side, you're gonna skip it to Kobe over there.
And then you got him, you got Rick Fox knocking down shots, you got Robert Ory knocking down shots, you got Devin George knocking down shots.
Yeah.
I'm saying Derek Fisher ain't. I'm saying so we got.
He gonna knock it down.
So we got a decision to make. So if you play him straight up, he gonna score. You double, you kicking that, they swing, they getting wide open shots in the corner. So what do we do?
Good luck.
Right.
So
you go out there and compete and you shake their hand, Kmart.
That's all you can do. But I'm saying we competed. Like each game for myself individually got better. But as a team, like we was just outmatched with Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like
but Kenyon, a lot of people don't understand how unique it is to guard Shaq. Talk to them about the uniqueness. They just say, "Oh, Shaq was built." No, Shaq was skilled.
Yeah,
and can move.
Yeah. So there's a clip of him on David Robinson when he's opened up, went baseline, spun, came back up and under, and hook dunked that joint on David Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Like he still had all that, but he was a great willing passer. Footwork was great for him to be that big, and he was an animal. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to destroy you.
It was Shaq, man.
So with that in itself made a major problem.
Right.
Like so we're in the finals, right? He running down the middle of the floor. Keith Van Horn, the first big back. Keith Van Horn act like he don't see him. Do it one time, I don't say nothing. Second time, Shaq running down, Keith do it again. Shaq dunk it. There's a timeout. I lose it. Talk about my bad. Man, you say my bad one more time, man. It's
going down.
Yes, right here, man. Like, I know you can't guard it. Can't nobody guard it, but you at least got to try, dog.
Facts.
Right.
Got to try, man. Wrap him up, tackle him, shoot him low. Something, I don't know, man, but get in the way.
Absolutely. That Lake Show team is one of the best all time, too. That Lake Show team was tough.
They complement each other.
Absolutely. And by 2002, Kobe had arrived as that elite guy. By 2002, he was like the top perimeter player. Him and T-Mac and was like the top perimeter players in the league by that point.
I'm with you. They both, Kobe was a problem that I spent my fair share on him. Trust me. Like, I was watching the clip yesterday. My son sent me a clip yesterday of somebody broke down like a few possessions of me versus Kobe defensively. Like, only one time it was a preseason game where he hit me with the pump fake. He ran pump fake, and I jumped for the second one. He spun out, shot it. But most of the time when I played him, man, he made tough shots. He was a tough shot taker and a tough shot maker.
Absolutely.
But he brought the best out of me each and every time he saw me. And vice versa, because he knew if he didn't, then he knew what it was going to be.
See, Kenyon was a versatile defender, bro,
right.
And that's why they're saying that you would dominate. You would be super effective as a player in this league.
Now.
Yeah, because everything's about switching.
Have a big man that can switch, and then have a mismatch on the side. Yeah, you'd be valuable, bro. No
super
question.
Valuable.
No question.
Draymond Green's in the league, you know.
Yeah, I took each matchup personal. No matter who it was, each and every time we step on the floor, whether it was a guy with a name or not. I'm saying I took each matchup personal. Right. So if a guy scored on me, I hated it. I understood you wasn't going to stop everybody, but I took it personal, dog. Like each possession. And then with Kobe, you had to, or he was going to embarrass you.
Right. No question.
You making Jordan so happy over there.
Bro, listen, man. We talk about MJ at least 100% of the time, man, for sure.
Hey, what day is it? What day is it? No, I want you to let me know. I want you to say it, Jordan. What day is it?
It's Michael Jordan Monday.
Okay. Okay.
It's cool, but
GOAT talk Monday, huh?
Absolutely. You see the difference, Jordan? What he just said and how you just said it. You see the difference? Hey, Kmart, we get on him every Monday. Hey, Chris, don't we? Every Monday, man, we got to get this guy, got to get him going.
So what is the issue?
I don't know what the issue is, man. I don't know.
Here's the issue. Jordan, what's the issue? Because I think I know what the issue is. Because he think we don't give respect to Kobe.
I think Michael is the greatest of all time. I know that. The issue that I have is that they put Jordan in this other stratosphere, and then Kobe, Bron, and them are still on Earth. I think that they're close, but they think it's not even close. That's my issue.
It's not close.
No.
Like this, like, and I'm the biggest Kobe supporter. Like, because he earned my respect from day one, man. Like, I'm the biggest Kobe supporter. Mike changed the whole landscape of this thing, man.
Yeah, man.
On the court and off for expectations. This is pre-internet.
Right.
This is before any of this. Like, he was a global brand
with no social media.
A worldwide brand with what he did on the floor.
Right.
Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less for what he did on the floor. He couldn't go anywhere. Like, they used to shut the mall down so this man can go shopping.
That's a fact.
Movie theater so he can go take his kids to a movie.
Sound like Michael Jackson to me.
Like, I'm just like taking nothing. Like, them other dudes, they've benefited from what we in now, the climate of social media and other things. Even Kobe earned a lot of his stripes pre all of this stuff.
Absolutely.
But
and Bron doing his thing by using it to his advantage.
Yeah, of course. But Mike,
exactly.
There's not too many places. Ain't too many places you can go in the world where you show somebody that logo
and they don't know what it means.
And they don't know what it means, man.
That's true. Can't speak the language, but you show them that logo.
They know what that means for sure.
They know what that logo means. They might just do the bounce the ball illustration on. They don't know, but they know that logo has something to do with the game of basketball.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay,
so now with that said though, Kobe, I grew up in LA. You know, Kobe is Kobe. Like,
yes,
they don't change how we feel about him. It's just, unfortunately,
Chris, explain to him what we say.
So this is what we say, Kenyon, right? Like,
you broke it down perfect, by the way, Kmart.
It was unbelievable. We said Kobe is the human version of Michael.
I'll give you that.
They say Mike is just.
When Mike James said that, we all sat there for like 10 seconds.
Mike James, like,
Mike James was like,
when he said that, we was like, you know what, you're right. That's it. He's like,
it fits.
Yes,
it fits. It's accurate. It's an accurate statement.
Absolutely,
it's an accurate statement, bro.
100%.
That's crazy.
And then we were talking to? Oh, Phil, and he was like, you asked Kobe. Kobe is Kobe because of Jordan. He said this all happened because of Jordan. Like, it is what it is.
The way the man walk,
right?
God rest his soul.
Right.
The way the man walk and chew gum, and you just look at it. It was him.
Yeah.
He studied that man to a T, on and off the floor.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And why wouldn't you all study that? The man won 6 championships. The man's the greatest player of all time. Why wouldn't you want to implement that into you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, on a smaller scale, I don't know why nobody ain't tried to do the sky hook ever again.
Exactly.
Hey, Kmart, now you talking.
Now you talking.
The single most unstoppable move in the game, in the history of the game.
But Kmart, I feel like only a superstar can do that, because if someone does that now, they're going to be considered as soft if they're missing it. Like, you got to shoot that.
No, you got to make it.
No, you got to work at it. You got to work at it.
You got to work at it. And then,
so let me ask you this. So just take a guy like DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, sky hook.
You don't think he could benefit from?
Well, I do.
Yes,
I do. But if he does it 2 possessions and he misses it, then people are like,
Okay, Jordan. But think about this though. You got to think about this. If I go into a basketball game, I'm a rookie on the team. If I go in there and shoot a 3 ball, I miss 2 in a row. What's gonna happen? It's the same.
Come out this game.
You got to keep your. That's what I'm saying. Your mental is, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. If I work at it, I'm gonna go do it. If it works for you, next time try again. You can't have that mentality playing, because if you have that mentality, you're gonna be on the bench all your life. Like, oh well.
Right. The problem
I'm
is,
afraid to do this.
Yep. The problem is, though, you got to teach it.
Yeah,
right.
You got to have somebody that can teach
that. But the guys got to study the game.
Yeah, you gotta go
and study the
watch.
game. Exactly. You're right, because a lot of stuff I learned, I just mimicked it.
Yeah, about to say, since nobody doing that, you gotta go study. You gotta go watch some film on that because nobody doing it. So you gotta go watch.
Go watch a film. You listen. Okay, he got his shoulder here. He got this. Reach out to him. The man's still alive.
That too.
Right.
What's true.
Exactly.
And I'm
sure he'll teach it.
If you reached out to him, like, listen, man, I just need a few pointers.
He'll
on
be hyped about
how you got this thing off every time. How you scored 38,000.
Say that one more time. How much did he score?
38,000 with no 3-point shots.
Jordan, we just said it.
Jordan, we just free throws, dunks.
Yo.
Sky hooks.
38,000.
38,000, bro.
Phil Handy was talking about that. We had a trainer on, and he was just talking about, working on your game, having the skill set, and keeping it simple. He was very simple. He found something that worked, and he dominated that skill set, and it was all about substance.
Over and over. It's like shooting a jump shot. It's like shooting threes, corner threes.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Repetition becomes habit, man. Like the more you do it, you go.
Kenya, I'm glad you said this because Jordan, me and Norris had a debate with Jordan. I was like, he is the all-time leading scorer for a reason. It's for a reason. And it doesn't matter who you put in what era you put him in. He will get that shot off.
On anybody.
And on anybody.
I'm too young, because I see the old Lakers Kareem, and that doesn't do him justice. I need to see the earlier Kareem, early 80s Kareem. I only see the older clips.
Bruh, that don't change that don't change the 38,000 and the sky hook that you can't touch. I mean,
I compare him to Shaq, and I'm like, bruh, I don't think that he could guard Shaq, bruh. And to me, I feel like
Shaq couldn't guard him.
Yeah,
Shaq couldn't guard him.
Nobody guarded him.
He was turning over one shoulder. Listen, this kind of thing.
Left shoulder.
He wasn't going right hand, left hand. No, he left shoulder, man. That's it.
From 14 feet and in, 15 feet and in, it was good.
Left shoulder, 1-2. Top of that thing, hold it.
Also impressive. His range on it was impressive, bro.
And he was gonna make the free throws when he go to the free throw line.
Listen, there's plenty of guys that I didn't see that could have benefited from having somebody around tell him, like, listen, dog,
it's crazy nobody tried.
Go do this.
That's unbelievable, bro.
Like, think about it. Nobody ever tried.
Because it ain't cute. It ain't pretty.
It's no style.
Right. No style points to it.
I think it's kind of pretty, you ask me. Every time you play horse, who's trying to throw a hook shot? So everybody trying to throw.
Man, like that thing. Come on, man.
I thought it was pretty. But
hey, to all y'all young ballers out there, Kmart just gave some of y'all some advice. He gave y'all free game. No. Reach out to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh yeah.
Any post player, reach out to him while he's still around. I'm telling you.
Like a guy like Andre Drummond. Come on, Andre Drummond. You wouldn't benefited from.
You can't touch it.
Come on,
man. Can't touch it, bro.
Like, but they rather go out and do the sham god. Like that ain't it. That's all. They rather sham god that
thing. Ken, so let's jump into Denver.
Yeah.
And at Denver, you had a teammate, Melo. What was that team in Denver?
Wait, not just Melo.
Unique. I didn't even name them all.
That was headband Braves Melo.
Was JR on that team also?
Yeah. At one point. And AI.
Speaking of JR, you almost had an incident. You and JR. Hey. Speaking of that, Kmart don't play with the games now. When he say don't do it, that's just what he mean.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, it was.
Talk about that situation, Kmart.
JR putting ball boys up to task, man. That was putting both of their lives in harm's way. Like, it was April Fool's, man, but they just took it a little too far, man. And everybody in the organization was like, why him?
Yeah, like
why? All the people you could have did this to, like, why him? Like, oh, listen, man, I wanted, listen, I was going over JR house, man. Like, they talked me off the ledge, dog. Like, shit, I was going over his house, kicked the front door in, dog. Like, I was hot. Like, they you know it's bad when the owner call you.
Right. Seriously?
You know it's,
The big boss had to call down?
Like,
hey, when the man say I ain't bluffing, I guess that's what a man mean, huh?
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I wanted JR scalp, and I told the dude who he put it up to, he wasn't allowed to come in the gym no more. I better not see you in the arena at a game.
The man lost his job.
He lost his internship.
You see me in Denver anywhere, restaurant, club, you better leave.
Exactly.
They told me I can't do nothing. They asked me not to do nothing to JR. They begged me.
Oh my God!
I told them I couldn't do nothing to JR because he was on my team. But you.
He told him,
hey, Mark, what they do, K?
He couldn't watch a Denver game.
Let the people know let the people know what happened for April Fools, man. Let them know what happened, man.
He couldn't watch a Denver game ever, bro. That's crazy.
So I April Fools a few guys on the team. You know what I'm saying? I put y'all been around, so I put the names on the board of guys who do their thing. I'm saying the piss man comes, so I April Fools guys. Mm-hmm. So everybody, they hype. Guys, I put a few guys on there that I know don't do nothing. Guys, they mess around or whatnot. So guys come in, they hype. Oh, yeah, the man here. We go get to do our thing. Hey, now. I'm like, no, they ain't shoot around drinking they drunk 10 waters, Gatorades. They hydrating crazy. We get out of shoot around. I told the trainer racing April Fools on the board. Oh, they pissed. They hot. Oh, they livid.
Yeah, that's no harm.
That's an April Fool's joke.
That's no harm, no foul on that one.
So, right. I leave my car keys and my stuff on my seat in my locker. Mm-hmm. During the game, there's one game I don't play for whatever reason. I didn't play the game, so I got on the suit. I still put my stuff on my seat, go out watch the game. I'm the first one out the gym because I didn't play. I'm the first one to the car.
Oh, I remember that.
I get to the car. I hit the alarm. It don't unlock. I know I locked my car. I open the door, but the popcorn spill out.
Boom! I remember this. And it had butter on it. You was hot.
Bro,
I remember.
They don't do that, but I've never
Range
heard.
Rover, white interior.
Oh damn!
I'm with you. Hey, Kmart. I'm with you. Hey, Kmart. I'm with you.
So
don't play with me.
I leave the car door open. I leave everything. I walk in the gym. I'm taking my jacket off. Suit shirt. I go put on some tennis shoes. I go back in there and who had access to the locker room? I need the tape. The security dude by the door. I'm on a rampage in there. Don't nobody know what happened. I'm cussing up a storm. Trust me, when I find out who it is, I'm putting my hands on them. So listen, there's a camera right above the locker room door. Y'all know who was in and out of here during the game. I need the footage. By the time I get home, I need to know who was in here. I live 5 minutes away. I need the footage. I need to know who was in here. By the time I get home, Kenyon, it was Laquan, but they pulled him to the side. Oh, he spilled the beans right away. JR put me up to it. He told right off the rip. Off top.
Off the muscle.
So now my next question is, what's JR address?
You took it right there?
What's his address? Oh, man, what's the man address, dog? Everybody calling. I'm ignoring everybody. Cronky call.
Ignore.
I gotta pick this up now. He called once, I ignored it. He called back. I gotta answer now. Keys, please, Kenyon, don't do this. I mean, don't do what you're thinking, because they'd already known what I was on. I told them what I was finna do. Whoever called, I told them. I'm on my way over there. Listen, ain't no questions being asked, man. So they paid to get my car reupholstered. So they took it out of JR check. They paid to get my car reupholstered and all that. But yeah, JR and Laquan was playing with their life that day. But everybody like, yo, why him though, JR? Like they was like, why him?
Yeah, you gotta know.
Are you okay now? Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm good, man. It was a car. I was livid at the time. It didn't. After I thought about it and I calmed down, I let it go. But that night and the next couple of days, I wanted. It was. People couldn't say popcorn around me. Like you fix, like what do you say, like Eddie tell Martin. I'm saying what Eddie tell Martin and Friday. You look like you finna say watch. I'm gonna just dive on you. Say little clock or some shit. Like you can't even say popcorn. You say chips or puff something. You can't even say popcorn around here.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man.
But them different days is fun.
Jokes on Kmart.
I'm fine and to a certain degree. Like we can joke and do certain things to a certain degree, but when you start messing with personal property and stuff I didn't spend my money on, we got an issue, dog. So
yeah, some people gotta know it's certain people you can do that with, certain people you know, like bro, he must didn't talk to nobody.
I was somebody like a vet. You never do that to a vet ever.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The rookies might get that. I haven't heard of a vet getting this joint popcorn.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
That alone, I think, would have had me hot. Like, yo, hold on, dog. You haven't respected me enough.
Yeah,
like,
then me but just me. You know my track record around here. You know what you know my track record. You know I'm not afraid to put my hands on nobody around here. Nobody. Anybody can get it, man. Like I wouldn't like so. But no, that was an incident, man. But overall, man, we had fun in Denver, man. Like every year we had nice group of guys, man. A lot of talent.
Talent.
But we were just accumulating talent and not putting a team together.
Okay. Let's talk about that though.
What you felt like you were missing? What you felt your team was missing when you say you didn't feel like they put a complete team together?
I think we was just because guys that had a name and they've been around and they was available, they were just getting them. I'm saying like we had just
Chauncey was your point guard, right?
No, that was late. That's when we made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, okay.
Before that, we had I liked Andre Miller. He was underrated point guard. We
nice.
Dre, Earl Boykins Earl Watson, Anthony Carter.
Yeah, that's four guards that don't even seem like they mesh.
Then we had JR, then JR, then Lennox Klayser, and then Sean Leonard, and those are the twos. And then you had Melo, and then Lennox Klayser played some three, and then Rodney White was early, and then you had the bigs. You had myself, Nene, Marcus Camby, Francisco Elson. Then you bring in Eddie Nahara, then we bring in Reggie Evans, and it was just
crazy mixture.
Crazy, yeah, guys. I'm saying so. We didn't. Then with DeMar Johnson one year, and then we had Kuba Diawara. Then it was just we wasn't guys that would come to training camp who I thought would fit what we was trying to do. They're cut. We'll sign somebody else. Then we had Greg. It was just Greg Buckner at one point. Man, we just putting pieces together of guys who had been around and not guys that gel together.
I'm gonna be honest. Watching y'all play though, it was always fun watching y'all play out in Denver. And y'all, I remember when I got to the league. Just like how I used to watch on TV, nobody wanted to play y'all on a back-to-back. Nobody wants to play in the Mile High on a back-to-back. Y'all was I don't know what it was on y'all games against back-to-back, but y'all was very entertaining to watch at home.
Oh, no, Team Synergy coming in on that second night, man, I'm saying the altitude for one.
Altitude put you down.
And then we knew it, so, yeah, we used to try to use that to the best of our ability, man. But we didn't I love Melo, I love AI, I love JR, wouldn't have worked. I'm saying like Melo and AI need the ball too much. I love them to death as friends. They two killers. AI pound for pound, best to do it. Melo arguably one of the best scorers this league has ever seen. But there's only one ball, and when you have guys that's volume shooters, which JR could be a volume shooter to get it going. You know Melo is a volume shooter. AI is a volume shooter. You're trying to run plays for Nene. You're trying to run plays for myself. You're trying. So it just
big shot too. You know he had a knack.
Yeah, but Chauncey balances when they made the trade for Chauncey for AI. I'm saying they traded Chauncey for AI.
Right.
So when Chauncey came, Chauncey balanced all of that.
Absolutely.
He knew. Melo's our primary scorer. We all knew that. We knew Melo was going to get his shots. So during the first three quarters, Melo would get a few here and there, but Chauncey was making sure that everybody was involved the first three quarters, including himself, because he needed to get his shots as well. But the fourth quarter, all right, here you go, 15. Take us home.
So it's more team camaraderie when Big Shot came over to the team.
That and holding just little things like making Melo run and get ahead of the ball, like Melo in the backcourt, not throwing Melo the ball, making Melo get ahead of the ball. I'm saying just little things that you wouldn't think that made a difference instead of letting Melo bring it up because he might not get off of it.
Right.
So now there's no rhythm, ain't nobody else touching it. But now in the fourth quarter, here you go, young, and go do your thing.
Chauncey was seasoned too because of where his background coming from. He was super seasoned, and he's from there, Colorado. I think. Is he from Colorado?
Yeah, he's from Denver. He's from Denver.
I think he's from Denver. Yep.
From Denver. From Park Ave.
Did he win? He won with Detroit before he got to Denver, right?
Yeah. He won the championship, finals MVP, like all that, like in Detroit before he came back. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, he was seasoned. So I think that veteran leadership that you talked about allowed for you to be able to manage.
Yeah, and there's a respect aspect. Yeah, and there's a respect aspect there with Melo. You know what I'm saying? Melo respect Chauncey. He respect Chauncey's resume before he got there.
Right.
And then we all did. Then we just buy into that team thing where we all in this together. We all gonna be involved. We all gonna get shots, and we gonna win. And there's no doubt in my mind that we played the Lakers that year tougher than anybody. And if we don't throw the ball twice when out of bounds plays, it's us in the finals beating the hell out of Orlando, not them.
That's true.
People forget about that. Well, y'all were 1 or 2 plays away.
Yeah, we threw the ball away twice on out of bounds plays because we didn't work on that stuff, and they knew it, and they just took that away because we just gonna zipper Melo up, try to get Melo a catch.
Details of the game came back to bite.
Yeah, definitely.
So before we wrap up, we got to talk about KJ, man.
We got to talk about.
We have to because
for sure.
I look at this Sierra Canyon team, but honestly, if it wasn't for KJ and Cassius Stanley, I don't think Sierra Canyon would have had the same type of blow up that they did. You guys actually changed kind of the face of that school. I know Marvin Bagley went there, but when KJ and Cassius Stanley got there, bro, it changed the face of high school basketball, in my opinion, especially for Sierra Canyon. You just talk about, just his growth too, that he's had from there to IMG.
Yeah, from KJ and Cassius playing against each other as sophomores. Cassius at Harvard Westlake and KJ at Chaminade. It just came together organically. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It just came. Yeah, his sophomore year.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Dang, so his sophomore year with the Chaminade. So it just came together, man. We were looking for a new school. The crazy thing is we played against KJ's 5th high school game ever. We played against Sierra Canyon. He played against Sierra Canyon, Marvin now. He did well, but Marvin did his thing, got in foul trouble and all this, and it just came together that's where we ended up the next year, and Cassius came in, and it just happened. I'm saying Lil Scotty came in, then Dwayne came in from Michigan, transferred, so they put together a decent team. But Marvin and them had a lot of talent. They didn't win nothing. I'm saying they had all that talent. They didn't make it out of their region.
Right.
For whatever reason. But KJ and them came in, man. They had a lot of tough battles that junior year that molded them getting ready for the senior year. But the run they put together, man, and to see all of their development, but to see my son, to see KJ's development from where he came from, not playing as a freshman, to sophomore year, playing at a school that was probably wasn't as known as the rest of the schools, but for him to have that vision and that desire to want to be better and want to get better. And he put the time in. I put a saddle on him and I rode the hell out of him. But it's his work ethic and his desire and his want to play at the highest level. And I've seen a lot of growth, man, in a lot of different players. But this 3 or 4 year span that he's been on is nothing sort of amazing. And if I wasn't his father and just a fan of basketball, I'd be saying the same thing. When it comes to this game, I'm honest to a fault. That I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. If I don't think you could do it, I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
But for KJ to be undervalued in high school basketball and the recruitment process and all of that, that made him want it even more. Nowhere near where it's going to get to. And that's just the hard work that he's put in, man. And I'm excited for him. I'm excited for any team that get him coming up. I'm excited for the process.
I got a question for you. As an NBA veteran who had a lot of success in the game of basketball, how do you like work with your son or give him advice? Do you shower it all on him, or do you kind of let him come to you with the questions, or a little bit of both?
It's both. early on, it was me pouring it in because he wouldn't ask questions. He'd just sit there like I thought something was wrong with him. Like I thought like something was wrong with his head. I was like, yo, did we drop you? Like what is it, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy, like what you weighing on me? No, but It was me early on, man. Like he's always loved basketball. He's been around his whole life. He's always loved it. He's always been around it. But early on, like when he was his early teens, is me just constantly talking to him, constantly basketball terms and competing and playing the right way and body language and just constant. Now that he's starting to get older when he's 16, 17, and now he start asking questions.
I know that made you happier when he did that.
Yeah. So now I can give him even more because I'm saying that I've been around the game forever. I'm saying I started playing basketball when I was 10 and NBA 15 years, 4 years in college. So there's not too many basketball circumstances that I haven't been in.
Exactly.
So now we sit there and he just asks, and now he's 19 and he's asked question after question. How was it to guard this guy? What was the locker room like? How did you go about this? How does like just all the stuff that he needs. And I'm able to give it to him. Like, and he's absorbing it. But now it's a great feeling, Norris. Like it's a great feeling for me to have been there and to be able to give it back to him.
That's dope, bro. That's pretty cool. I could tell how excited you are when you started talking when I asked that question. That's pretty dope, bro.
Yeah, because like I've always wondered, man, like I'm not the first guy that come through that had a boy that was talented.
Right.
Or that could play. And you can count how many guys that had sons that made it, that's played in the league. So I wasn't like baseball. You heard about it a lot.
Right.
Football, you hear about the lineage.
Exactly.
I'm saying, so my thing is, why not basketball? Like I've always wondered that, like why Michael Jordan got 2 boys. Like Albert don't fall too far from the tree when it comes to athleticism. And other guys have had boys, and I'm wondering like why. And we all know the main reason. They grew up different. They grew up with a silver spoon.
I'm about to say
they grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. I'm saying they grew up in the suburbs. They ain't missing no meals. They ain't never came home. The lights was off. Like they don't know none of that. They don't know what it is. I'm saying the struggle. So I had to figure out what is it? What is it? And I think it's being honest with your child, showing them tough love, not babying them when they get tough, and pushing them. Keep pushing them. And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be.
Right.
But you put the time in, you put the effort in, and so that was my thing. I think a lot of us as athletes and as former athletes, we don't put that same desire or determination into our kids. For whatever reason. I'm saying for whatever reason.
But you know what, Kenyon? This is where I've always been on the fence with as a father. And you know, we as fathers, we try to raise our sons to be men and to be able to be someone that can have work ethic, commitment. But a lot of times people are totally afraid when their kids say that they're in to push them to the max.
Yeah.
And I haven't met nobody ever that don't want to be maxed out, whether they say it or not, because they don't know what it's like. So as a father, I'm always like, man, you got to push them. If I don't push them, who else is going to push them?
Yeah.
Or create a circumstance create a circumstances to where if you don't want to be the bad guy, put them in an environment to where you can, like if you have uncles or you might have other athlete buddies, you know.
Yeah. It takes
like
a village.
Uncle Drew or Uncle Kenyon.
It takes a village.
Yeah, yep. My father did that. My father didn't want to coach me because I couldn't separate coach and dad like he could. So once I got to a certain age, I didn't know it until I got grown. But he put my uncles and a couple guys from my city, and they was always around. They was always talking to me, giving me advice. And when I got older, my uncle said, "You ever notice why your dad stopped coaching you?" I said, "No." He said, "Because he didn't want to be the one giving you that type of. He wanted to raise you the tough love in the house, but as far as pushing you athletically, he didn't want to have to do that. So he put us. I had uncles and cousins that used to, just like you said, pour into me all the time.
Yeah,
so if you don't want to be that guy, you can make a village around him.
Yeah, like I know I couldn't coach KJ. Like I knew that. So I wouldn't go put him in that situation nor myself.
Exactly.
So, and then when I let other people do it, I tell you from day one, this is what we expect. I bring it to, like I told Chris, if I bring him to you, I want you to coach him. I want you to help him, be hard on him, because that's the way I am. Like, I don't sugarcoat it for him.
Right.
Oh, I give him the good. Listen, I'm his biggest supporter, and I'm his biggest critic.
And we need that as black men, period, though.
Yeah, we do.
And in life,
this world ain't easy especially for us.
In life, you know what I'm saying? Like, my goal first and foremost is for you to be a productive member of society. First and foremost.
That's 100 right there.
That's 100.
That's 100 right there.
No matter what walk of life you in, you got to be a productive member of society, be respectful, be honorable, all that shit first and foremost. And everything else, if you carry it that way, everything else will fall in line with your work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So
with your work ethic.
I'm a firm believer. I ain't had nobody teach me this, man. It's stuff that I had to learn on the fly. So I grew up in a single mother household. You know what I'm saying? Me, my mom, and my sister. So a lot of this stuff I had to learn, I learned on the fly. But
man,
it's
much respect to you.
It's benefited me and it's benefited the boys. I'm saying my boys. So I like, and just paying attention to other environments, seeing other people, how they are with their kids and all that kind of stuff, man. Just learning. It's all a learning process, man.
That's dope.
How do you feel the learning process is for, KJ now, because he declared for the draft and just with COVID and dealing with that situation? Like, are you guys, how is that process going?
It's a little different, of course, because what's going on with the COVID and all that. It's not the traditional path. Well, his path hasn't been traditional either way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is really helping him in a lot of ways. Him continue to be able to work on his game now and work on his shot and work on different things that he needed to work on because of the route that he took.
Right.
But for him, it's all about just staying locked in and knowing what the goal is. And the goal is, ultimately, is to play at the highest level. And he's right there. But he's put the time in and he's working and he's focused and excited about the process. It's pushed back a little bit, but he's salivating at the moment to be able to show people what they've been missing. And I'm excited for him as well, man, just to be able to display that.
We are too, man. We looking forward to seeing him.
Looking forward to it.
Too.
No, listen, man, like I said, I've seen him play more than anybody. I've seen him play over 100 games. I can probably count one hand how many games I've missed, maybe 3 games. Prior to him going to IMG, I probably had missed 3 games up to that. So I've been able to critique him, give him the honest assessment on what he needs to be, what it is. And there's no better proof than you have somebody who at the house who knows what hard work is. For me, going from averaging 3.5 points as a freshman at Cincinnati to being consensus National Player of the Year.
For sure.
So
talk that talk, OG.
It's just hard work, man. Hard work, being blessed, being blessed first and foremost, being put in a situation where people believed in me.
Yes, sir.
Just going out and working, man, and me telling him that, and knowing knowing what hard work takes or what it takes to get there, and me telling him like, this is what it is. You think you're working hard? No, this is what you got to work this way. You got to work this way, and he's doing it. And he's doing it, man. But his ability and his skill set, man, is.
And he's 19 years old. So
just turned 19 in January.
Yeah, he's 19. And when you look at all these different players that we look at, nobody's had the same route to the end result. You can take any route. At the end of the day, the cream rises to the top.
Always does.
But you gotta put in your work. You gotta put in your time. And for the kids that are listening, I always tell them, like, everybody didn't go straight to Division I. Some people went to JUCO. I know some max players that went to JUCO. I know some guys that went undrafted. I know some guys went in the second round. And so there's no one way to get there. You just got to stay focused on what you're doing daily.
Put them blinders on, put your head down, man. And grind, man. Grind. Like, there's nothing better than the grind and it paying off.
That's it. Well, Ken, man, we sure appreciate you joining.
This is fun, man. This is fun, man. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
Them streets of Cincinnati miss you, man.
Hey, listen, dog. Hey, I go, man. I'm saying I get back, man. But hey, I'm kind of like Michael Jordan in Cincinnati.
Exactly.
Now they do show you love. They do show you love out there. I can attest to that.
It's a small glimpse, but no, man. They number love all the time, man. And this has been good, man. I appreciate you, gentlemen, man. And
appreciate you.
No problem.
Always available to talk hoop, man, with guys, like-minded guys who put the time in and who care about this game, man. This was a pleasure, gentlemen.
Appreciate you, brother.
Tell KJ we said what's up too.
Yeah.
Anytime,
Absolutely,
dog. Anytime, man.
All right, man.
Y'all stay safe out here, man.
All right, man.
You too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.